One of the biggest things that therapists get wrong when they want to make more impact and income with coaching is the niche. Because therapists view a niche completely differently to the way that regular people do. I get call after call from therapists who want to create a program, but their idea is certain to fail, or they've already created one and now they're wondering why it's not selling. What you need to understand about an industry where you're constantly bombarded by gurus who want to sell you the latest and greatest advertising techniques is that your advertising is only going to work if the offer for your coaching program is something that people actually want to buy, not something that you want to sell them. Something that they want to buy. So it's necessary to understand what your future customers value the most before they buy from you and before they've done anything to heal themselves of their issues. Often this means they do not yet understand what the real issue they're having is, and so you have to be able to speak to them in their own words in order to motivate them to buy from you. You achieve this by choosing the right niche and creating the right offer for your program. There are 4 qualities for a solid coaching niche if you're a mental health professional who wants to create a successful program. First, unless you've retired your license, you absolutely must focus on creating a non-clinical psychoeducational program. This is kind of a weird paradox. A completely uneducated, clueless person can be a trauma coach, but you can't. Why? Because trauma is a clinical issue and you are a licensed clinician, which means that anytime someone comes from out of state, you take a big risk by serving them if your program is oriented around something in the DSM. Stay away from there. Create a non-clinical psychoeducational program, and you can take people from all over the country and all over the world. Second, your program can't be based entirely in the emotional realm. What do I mean by that? Well, most of the time, therapists who are doomed to fail with their programs make the mistake of creating a program that is a great idea and is a thing that people really need, but isn't sellable because it doesn't drive to a tangible end result. People need to actually be able to see and verbalize the result they'll get by following your process. I'll give you an example. I was just talking to a therapist earlier today who feels called to teach emotional literacy to men. But if she were to create and market a coaching program that offers men the opportunity to learn emotional literacy skills, that program will absolutely fail. You can't sell them something like that. Instead, here are 3 viable coaching program niches for men. Number 1. Helping men to avoid a divorce. Their wife says if something doesn't change, it's over. Or she's already said that she's done. The man is scrambling and needs help in order to avoid the inevitable divorce that is coming. There's a therapist with a program like that out there right now who's up to 150 grand in monthly revenue. Number 2. Helping men who are suffering from father distancing. They're already divorced, they're out of the house, and now their ex is poisoning the kids against them, trying to play a game that gets her full custody and him to pay more child support. Now he needs to learn how to be a fully involved dad who parents correctly no matter what his ex is doing, so that he can maintain his relationship with his kids and parent them even better than he did when he was still married. Number 3, helping male leaders who are rising in their organization. Perhaps they were the highest performing salesman in their team, did wonders for their business. Then they get promoted and they're a bit like a bull in a china shop. They don't know how to lead and nobody wants to work with them. They don't have the people skills to go from performer to a leader of others. And so the business is about to lose a top performer and have a leader, a very expensive leader, fail in their new role. That's a very expensive problem to have and a big priority to fix. In all cases, for any 3 of these offers, what you're essentially teaching men is emotional literacy, but you're applying what you're teaching them to a specific problem that is a major priority for them in their own words. Think of it this way. If you have a man whose wife has told him, "I'm done, I'm kicking you out," do you think he's going to buy a program that helps him to avoid divorce? Or do you think he's going to buy a program about emotional literacy? He's going to buy the one about avoiding divorce every single time. When you apply your niche to a specific problem that they are prioritizing in their own words, they'll buy it and pay handsomely for the best help because they can see the value in their own lives. Do you see the tangible end result in the programs that will work versus the kind of program that definitely won't work? This is the pivotal change in thinking that I have to help many therapists get in order for them to have a coaching program that can be successful. Now, you're not guaranteeing the result. You're not putting a specific timeline on it, but you are helping them to work towards that result and maximizing their chances of having it if they do what you teach them. Next, you need to focus on the premium problems that impact middle-class people and above, and then only speak to these people in your program's marketing. Coaching programs are really a middle-class proposition. You should not be trying to extract thousands of dollars for membership in a program from people who have no money to invest. That is what bad people do. You're offering this to an audience of people who are comfortable enough financially and have made solving the problem they have a priority so that they will appreciate the very best, most specialist help in resolving it and pay a premium in order to get it. So that's it. Number 1, non-clinical approach. Number 2, tangible problem, moving towards a tangible end result. And number 3, a middle class and above proposition. If you can check all 3 boxes, chances are you have a good niche to build a coaching program for. So let's check in here. What niche ideas do you have for a coaching program? Put them in the comments beneath this video and I'll help you to validate them.